Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to discuss all about the latest rumors and specs of the Nikon Z6 Mark III. Now, before we get into the latest rumors that have been released right at the end of December at NikonRumors.com, I first want to go over the latest, most updated version of the specs that have been released through NikonRumors.com. Okay, so here we are at NikonRumors.com, and this was released right in December 21st, right before Christmas. So there you go. So Nikon Z6iii camera specs from China. Now, there was two sets of specs released. This was the first one here, and this is the most updated version right here. So here's the combined rumored Z6iii camera specs. Okay, so let's go over this because this has a little bit of everything. And so the Nikon Z6iii is expected in early 2024, as many of us know. So that's going to be between January and April. It's going to be a 24 megapixel BSI sensor, dual X-Speed 7 processor, and the ISO 100 to 64,000. It's going to have better ergonomics compared to the Z6, which is no surprise because the Z8 was awesome. It was perfect. So if they keep in line with that, it's going to be great in the hands. The video is going to give us 6K ProRes RAW video support. That's going to be amazing. I'm hoping it's internal. That would be even more an amazing feature. Having it out is annoying for me, and I'm sure for many of you out there, just because that means now you have to buy maybe like an Atomos Ninja 5 in order to really get that raw output. I'd like to see it internally. It does 6K, 30 frames a second, 4K at 120, so that's going to be very good. Having a camera that does this 6K is going to be really a game changer for those who like to record in 4K, just because in 6K, you're going to be able to just crop and maneuver and reframe your shot that much easier. So that's going to be really great. You have the 4K 120, which is really beautiful. I really fell in love with that feature when I used the Lumix GH6. That 4K 120 is remarkable. So N-Log and Hyperlog Gamma internal video recording. So that's cool, which is what I would expect. Of course, in-body stabilization as pixel shift as previously reported. Which, I mean, right now, any moderate to high-end mirrorless camera should have pixel shift. Panasonic's had that for a long time, and Nikon is now introducing that, or has introduced that. So therefore, I'm really glad to see that they're continuing that feature. Has a very angled LCD touchscreen. I'm hoping it's like the ZF, but maybe even better quality back screen that's very angled. I personally love having that because that allows me to be able to bring this camera, especially since it's very spec, to be very photography and video heavy intensive. So it's supposed to be a bit like a great hybrid. So with that said, I would like to have that just so that in case I can't bring an extra field monitor, I have my screen able to frame myself up and record with it like I'm doing here at home. So it does higher FPS than the Z6 II. I can't remember what that is, but I mean, personally, if it does 20 frames a second, I'm very happy. Okay. That's to be quite honest, even though the Z9 can do, 30 or plus that if you want small JPEGs. I've never found myself doing it, but I don't do birding. I don't do sports. I don't do wildlife. I could see photographers enjoying that feature. But to me, since I do portraits, people, weddings, etc., 20 frames a second, I think it would be more than solid, but it's probably going to have 20 to 30 or something like that. But we'll see. All right, 9 subjects detection autofocus. So it's going to have the same feature, autofocus features as the Z9. So that's great. 310 single point autofocus. That's plenty of coverage. Nikon Z8 or similar focusing system. So I'd love to hear more details about that. Obviously, we're going to very soon if all the rumors are at least somewhat true. So sometime in the first quarter of this year, we finally will be able to learn more about exactly the details of the focusing system. We have the CF Express Type B plus SD card, which is great. Now it says there's no NRAW, so we'll see if that really ends up being true. And it has better cooling design, which is great because I had that issue one time shooting in San Jose. It was over 100 degrees. And I think from holding the Z8 for a long time, it added to, and then using it during a wedding, I was shooting a lot. It just added to all the heat, and I did get that warning sign. So with that said, I hope this has a better cooling system designed within the body. That would be nice. Mechanical and electronic shutter, to no surprise, because I don't think they would go completely mirrorless on this camera, especially at the price point they're probably going to offer this. Hybrid body design between the Z6 and Z8. So it's supposed to be better than the Z6 and Z7. No surprise there. But smaller than the Z8. So it's basically going to be a mini Z8, right? Minus certain things. And that's quite fine for me because, I think if they keep this at a smart price point, they're going to be able to get a lot of folks who just want a professional performing photography camera, but a camera that is also an excellent content creating camera as well, doing high res video at 6K, ProRes RAW. It's going to be a great option, and 4K at 120 with zero crop. It's got to have zero crop. Zero crop. Okay. Please, Lord, let that 4K 120 be zero crop. And that's going to be a phenomenal option for folks who want a hybrid camera. So those are the latest specs that I have been able to find. Let's get to the latest rumor that was dropped right around Christmas as well. Now, the latest rumor I'm about to share with you, a lot of you may have already read, but regardless, it was dropped right before New Year's Eve, and it definitely sends a signal that something big is coming from Nikon. Let's check it out. So here we are back at NikonRumors.com, which I'm going to call the scene of the crime. And here we are, Nikon Event for influencers, not me, but that's okay, one day it will be, at Lanzarote at the end of January. Okay, so, well, let's check it out. We have here, which is off the west coast of Africa, southwest of Spain there. And I think that's Morocco. I want to say that's Morocco right here. But either way, a quick update from their previous post. The upcoming Nikon event for photographers, influencers, YouTubers. It will take place at the end of January 2024 on the island of Lanzarote. I'm probably saying it wrong, but feel free to post a comment down below. This is very plausible because the Nikon Z trip for influencers was in Madeira, an island located just north of Lanzarote. At this event, Nikon will most likely reveal the rumored Z6 Mark III camera to a select group of people. Okay, so with that said, expect some leaks, spy shots, etc. if this actually happens in January. My personal opinion about the rumors themselves about this mysterious event is that it actually would make a lot of sense if that actually happened. It will be in time for WPPI, which last year there was such a huge attendance at WPPI. This year I'm expecting the same, if not bigger, for sure. And it would be a great opportunity to showcase anything they have about the Nikon Z6iii, even though it may not be out and available, but the attention given to it would be phenomenal. That's what they did last year with the Nikon Z85 1.2 lens, and everybody, they had a special section dedicated for those to try out the lens, a little portrait area, as well as a couple available on some cameras at the tables. So I think that would be really, really smart of them, and it would help to push the hype of this release of this camera right into the release date. So that's my personal opinion. As far as the specs are concerned, if it does ring true, this can be a fantastic hybrid camera. Myself, as many of you know, I already own the ZF, very happy with that, and I have the Z8 and Z9, so all those cameras absolutely do everything I needed to do and then some. So I definitely don't have any need for the Z6 Mark III. But I'm telling you, if you're out there and you still own perhaps a D750, even I'm gonna have to say it. A D850, 800, or something like that, 810. Then this is gonna be a fantastic camera to upgrade from. You're gonna have the latest and greatest in autofocus technology. The video is going to be great because Nikon has actually been working and dramatically improving their video capabilities. Not only that, they're doing 6K ProRes RAW, hopefully internal, and 4K 120. There's no DSLR camera that's really even gonna come even close to it. So I think they're gonna really, if everything rings true, knock this out of the park again. The past 2 years, Nikon has been doing a phenomenal job with listening and giving us what we want and improving it on the back end through firmware updates. These are just my opinions. This is Nikon rumors. We all know. Who knows until it's released? I'd love to hear your opinions about the Nikon Z6 III and whether this camera is for you. As these rumors are updated, of course, I'll bring that to all of you. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more, don't forget to press that like, that share, that subscribe, and you already know. Smash that bell icon to get notifications for my upcoming content. I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting, stay creative.